Hello and welcome back. I'm very pleased to welcome our next guest, Malina Ngai, CEO of A.S. Watson Asia and Europe and Chief Operating Officer of A.S. Watson Group. A.S. Watson is the world's largest international health and beauty retailer with annual revenue of $20 billion and a network of more than 16,000 offline and online stores with 12 retail brands in 27 markets in Asia and Europe. Malina has been instrumental in formulating the group's customer strategy, driving digital transformation, building big data analytics, as well as developing strategic partnerships with international suppliers and technology companies. Malina, thank you so much for being with us here today at Beauty Tech Live.
Hi, Una. Good morning. Happy to have the opportunity to talk to you about beauty and retail.
Great. I know that A.S. Watson has put O+O at the core of its business strategy, and it's quite a new concept, but it's something that's working very well at the group. Malina, can you tell us what is O+O and why do you call it the new standard of retail?
Well, so simply, O+O describes how customers shop today. The customer journey almost always involves online plus online today. And O+O is different from O2O. You know, traditionally people talk about O2O, which refers to offline to online or online to offline. But if you think, again, O2O refers to driving customer from one channel to another. But this is not what the customers want. They want to shop wherever and whenever they like. So forget about physical versus online. It's not either or, but the most integrated customer experience in every touch point will win. That's what we believe. And the focus should be on customer lifestyle. And this is what O+O is all about. Well, actually, in the retail industry, we have a lot of talks about connected customer journey for some time. But most retailers are taking it slowly, or even if they really have such a vision, they are finding it very challenging to transform the organization. The COVID pandemic is a wake-up call, and because for a prolonged period of lockdowns and movement controls, it made online interactions and online shopping like a necessity rather than a choice for the customers. And if you see every market around the world, retailers who already have a strong digital proposition in place when COVID hit have survived well, while others, many others struggle. Before COVID, we may say O+O experience is the future of retail, but the COVID pandemic has certainly reset completely the retail game within a year, and O+O is now the new standard for retail. Well, something more to elaborate is knowing what's needed, which is O+O, and doing it is are two different things. The O+O standard is not about you have physical store and then you start an online store. It's actually about a whole ecosystem that is powered by technology, big data and AI. And just as important, it's actually about organization cultural change when it comes to managing the business and deciding where to prioritize. And the motivation behind this O+O standard is very clear for A.S. Watson. There's no cannibalization in customer spending in physical store. The analytics show us that, in fact, our O+O shoppers, meaning they shop with us both in physical store and online, their spending is actually 3 times more than the customers who shop with us only in the physical stores. So there's no cannibalization, and it's about creating a bigger share of wallet, a high customer lifetime value. And to be able to deliver this O+O new standard with excellence is a combination of our physical store network of 16,000 stores. We have a 140,000 strong customer service team, over 100 online platforms, and very, very importantly, is our 140 million loyalty member base, which is digitally connected. So O+O is about focusing on customers. And I believe that retail is not dead, it just needs to be better.
Okay, retail is not dead, but with COVID, as you said, the physical retail sales, some of them have been diverted to online. Do you see the role of physical stores changing? Do you see some of your stores becoming more focused on things like online logistics, becoming fulfillment centers, as opposed to the idea of a boutique as we know it in the past?
Well, certainly. I mean, during COVID time, because of necessity and store closure for temporarily, then the stores from offline has been shifted to online. But I do not see the role of physical store becoming obsolete. So it's a very, very clear no. On the contrary, I believe the role of physical store is getting very interesting. Traditionally, we say customer is king. So it refers to customers' promise to have good products, good price, or customer service. But we have to understand today that customer expectation has moved on, especially with COVID impact, and it means more than just good customer service. So for today's customers, we need to understand the following. One, you really have to give them the best, and two, you have to know their power as well. So if you don't deliver on time, or if your contents are boring, not to mention about products, you are sure they will speak up on social media platform. And you have to make things easy and convenient for them. So they want to shop everywhere. They want same-day delivery. Everything needs to be very fast, checkout, etc. They appreciate that you appreciate their time. And today, you don't tell them what to buy. You can share experience that can solve their pain points in retail and let them call the shots. So the new O+O standards is basically operate with the principle to worship the king, that is the customers. Rather than seeing physical store becoming obsolete or maybe serving just as fulfillment centers, it's more about delivering experience that's up to the customer expectation, from convenience of the location to product quality, digital experience, beauty service they need, delivery options, whether we can deliver in the store for them or deliver to home, and even for the payment options. I put up a video on my background. This is a technology we have launched already in 2 years in China and roll out in other markets. It's just the scan and go, or we call Watson's Go. So you see the customers walking into the store using her phone. Her phone is not any digital device. And after she checked the products on her phone for social media reviews, she can then just pay on the phone and she put in a bag and just leave. Obviously, some customers do look for service and consultation, but we also appreciate that some customers want to get in and out quickly. So this is some payment options technology that we have to develop for the customers. And other initiative that we have in Southeast Asia is with Grab. The customers really want their products within 2 hours, for example. Then because we have few thousand stores in Asia, so we are leveraging on our network to give the convenience to the customers. So we are doing a lot of things just to meet up the expectation of the customers these days. So in short, it is more complex in terms of running retail these days. And while there's a lot of talk on technology when it comes to digital transformation, I believe that one very important aspect which often get ignored during the transformation is actually to redefine the role of the store team and the beauty advisors. Because it's really just not about technology. We have 140,000 colleagues around the world. So we are trying to allow them to do spend less time on administration, more time on customer service. And from the traditional selling skill, it's more about interaction skills. So we even have to inform them and make them up to date on a lot of social media trends. And from driving transactions, we are talking about interactions. And yesterday, Javi from Puig also mentioned about interactions. So in some way, our store team and beauty advisors, they become like our CRM managers too, because they are managing a community around the stores and customers who actually shop in that store. And from soft skills to something quite technical, they have to manage a lot of digital device. And also they becomes our KOL. So in a lot of our colleagues are like what I'm showing here now. They actually do live streaming. They have to produce contents for our social media, hosting a lot of sections online now. So basically we write the whole job description of our store team. And that is a very, very important part of our O+O strategy. And this is the standard that we think going forward will be what's needed for retail business. Well, I know a lot of the luxury beauty brands, they do that in terms of having their store team of beauty advisors connecting with customers on WeChat, and they also provide the interaction with the customers. But why AS Watson is unique, because besides luxury retail that we are in, we're also in mass beauty business. So we are talking about thousands of customers per week, per store. And in some of the markets, basically, we're talking about over 1 million, 2 million, 4 millions of customers per week shopping with us. So to be able to operate an O+O model in such a scalable way is a whole different skill set. So thanks to our store network, it allows us to have very flexible fulfillment options for customer, 30 minutes click and collect delivery. It allows us to connect all our stores to digital platforms. So which means the assortment is never limited by the shelf space. In a few clicks, our store team can order the products for delivery, or the customer can pick up the next day when they come to work and nearby the stores. And a lot of these services is also powered by our connection with the 140 million loyalty members that we have on social media and on digital platforms. So this is how we are delivering the O+O, and how we are building and developing a very interesting role for the physical store.
Yeah, it certainly is very interesting for the physical store there. And I know that a recent study that you conducted showed that consumers do want to return to physical stores following COVID-19. Just given the growth online, however, are consumers looking for different things? Are they looking for a different type of assortment? Are they looking for different services in stores now?
Yes, we have done a recent study, because last year since March, everything locked down, and everyone is in shock. But quickly we put ourselves together. So last year in the second half, we conducted a global research in 20 markets, and 22,000 of the customers gave us that feedback, because we wanted to find out what they are going through in their life, what they're expecting from us to provide them post-COVID. Very, very, very encouraging, because 100% all respondents said they will go back to the physical store for shopping. And within the 22,000 responses, we have actually covered all generations. All the way to Gen Z, the very, very young customers who sometimes we think, okay, the youngest customers, they must be most interested to just shop online. But actually they respond in the same way. They say, well, why don't we come back to the physical stores? And during the survey result, we also find out that close to 70% of them felt that we stayed close to them during COVID and provided relevant information. The reason I want to ask that question is obviously COVID created this challenge of physical store have to temporarily close. We miss a very important touch points with the customers. So we are trying to see what we can do in the meantime. In the first 6 months of the lockdown, we actually doubled our content and development and digital assets to keep interacting with our members. So over 70% of them felt that we have kept in touch, which is very important. And 1/3 of those surveyed, they said they will even shop more often in the stores. We asked them, after COVID, because we have some expectation that maybe they start to have the habit to shop online more, but actually at least one third of them said they would shop in physical store more often. So this is very interesting aspect. Basically, it underlines people's desire for human interaction, which sometimes cannot be totally replaced by technology and digital. And to give you numbers, last year actually, even under the COVID situation, with a lot of store temporarily closed, we still managed to recruit 18 million new members. 18 million. So which is more than 10% of our database. And we also recruited millions of new online shoppers. So to us, it's new opportunities. And we realized that we have to really stay relevant to them everywhere and anytime. And when it comes to human interaction, our members are they really like to interact with us. This is pre-COVID video that we took in Asia, and people who are dancing, the thousands of people, they're actually the Watsons members. They have to shop with us to get the tickets. And they really enjoy the interaction when they are shopping in our stores. And then they like that, they like to be associated with, for example, beauty lovers. So they want to belong to a community. So this is the kind of interactions that we are trying to create. Pre-COVID, post-COVID, to us is still the center of our strategy. And this is what O+O is about. It's about interactions, and it's not just about transactions.
Okay, so interactions are important there, but given the growth of e-commerce, will you continue to open stores at the pace that you have been doing up until now? Because I know that you have opened quite a lot of stores in a very short period of time before that. Will that continue, that pace of store openings?
Well, before the COVID, Una, we opened about 1,300 stores, new store a year. So on average, it's over 3 stores a day. In 2020, we have some months where no one can do anything, but we still, under the COVID situation, we still opened 860 stores. So which is on average 2.4 new stores a day. This year, the current plan is to open 1,000 stores. In Asia and Europe, there's a good mix of it. We believe the physical store continues to play a significant role and a very, very core touch points in creating our unique O+O model. As an example, I mentioned earlier about all those fulfillment, flexibility. There's another side, another benefits to the physical store platform is that when our customers choose to click and collect in the store, because it's so convenient, we are everywhere. And actually, 1/3 of all the online orders, customers choose to collect in the stores. And when they come to our stores, actually 30 to 50% of them will come in and buy something else. So when they come in, so there's other interactions with our beauty advisors, so they will buy something else. So this is that ecosystem of the O+O model. So so we firmly believe there's still a very interesting role for physical store. So we will continue to open new stores. We have a very clear financial models behind it. So whenever it makes sense, the location is right for the customer profile that we target to serve, then we will continue to open. I think it's wrong for people to disinvest in physical stores. It's just about getting better and not less.
Okay. And what do you see as the main digital tools, or what main digital tools have you implemented that are helping to drive consumers to your brick and mortar stores?
The tools that we have implemented, they are mostly for O+O connectivity. So what I mean is not a tool, for example, not a digital device that we just plug in the store. Usually it connects back to the customer mobile phones, for example. Maybe you can see on screen. This is a skin analysis service that we have in Asia. While the beauty advisors would be using a device to help the customer to test the skin condition, etc., the report actually comes out on their mobile. And they can keep it, they can understand their skin condition, and then we interact with the customer to understand the pain points, and that's how we do recommendation. We believe that customers at all generations, I think now is not only just the younger generation, everyone is so mobile savvy and digitally connected. So a lot of the tools, the digital tools or technology that we develop is not just like standalone on a device. We want to build it on mobile phones, so it really fits into the customer habits. And another example would be like AR virtual makeup. Tools that we have on the mobile apps for the customer, which we work together with Multiface of L'Oreal. We are now launching, or we have launched the hair color as well. So the customer can do it on the phone. When we first launched it, I have to say, when we first launched it, we thought it's just for mobile and it's just for online purchase. But more and more the customers, especially with COVID, people may be initially still very cautious of touching the testers in the store. And so even when our beauty advisors interact with the customer in the store, we will use the digital tools on the phone, and customers can use it on their phone, and they can check out the look, whether they like it before they make the purchase. And now they can also check the hair color. I'm quite excited because this is one I really want. We will be launching a virtual foundation finder, which really helps us to find the right color on the digital device. So customer can check out the right colors before they choose the product in the stores. So a lot of the tools that we are now looking into is about how it connects to the mobile phone, because it's the customer habit, and we see that as a tool for CRM. Actually, it's a tool for customer relations.
Okay, interesting. So you implemented two other interesting models in China, your cloud stores, where each store has a corresponding cloud store, and an enterprise WeChat. Could you tell us a little bit about how these two models work and what you have learned from them? And do you think such initiatives could perhaps be rolled out elsewhere?
Yes, in China, obviously, everyone knows this is quite a different planet when it comes to digital and customer behavior. In China alone, we have 4,000 Watson stores covering 480 cities, and each of our store has a corresponding cloud store. So we are able to localize the assortment. So when customer in that location nearby, they can see the assortment on a cloud stores, and it enables the customer to find the most relevant range. For example, Shanghai versus Beijing, the weather is different as well. So we customize the range, and they can also enjoy the 30 minutes click and collect time or 60 minutes delivery. So this is all 4,000 stores. Each of them are on cloud store. The very interesting technology that we have accelerated since last year is our collaboration with Tencent on the enterprise WeChat platform. We actually call it my store. So what it does is our 22,000 beauty advisors in Watson's China, they can connect to customers one-on-one, taking questions on products, after they bought it in the store and got home, maybe forgot how to use it, or they want some advice. They can connect to our BAs. I know many companies do personalization these days, but the My Store is quite unique. So all the BAs can connect with customers. Actually, when it's unique because the customer is connected personally with the BAs. So you're not receiving a message from Watsons, you're receiving a message from Jenny. And Jenny is the beauty advisors who serve you in the stores. And in the back end, of course, all customer data is owned by the company and managed by the company. And then the other thing is, which is very interesting, is so this, for example, you can see our beauty advisors serving customers. So what she's now doing is she's doing some tagging. So tagging, she talked to interact with the customers and understand, for example, maybe she's a young mother, or she has some skin, she has a combined skin, or she talks something about her lifestyle. So she would then enters some tagging and some keywords into the system, and we use the system, the AI in the back end, to allow her to then schedule the right time, the right offer, to then send it back to the customers that she managed. So on average, one beauty advisors in Watson's China business, she manages about 600 to 800 customers on this My Store WeChat platform. And I've just recently met one of our top BA who actually connects to 2,600. So she manages a community of 2,600 beauty customers. And being able to personalize, because backend there's an AI, and she would, like, for example, today is Monday, I'm back to work, so I check on my platform, which is for her own use. She will then know that, okay, this week, actually, your customer Una is her birthday, so you can send this to her, and this is the offer which really suits her. And then Shirley has this, she's in this, so she will then have a list of suggestions recommended by AI. And then she can then, based on that, and maybe add her personal sort of touch to it, and then send a message to the customers. So this now is integrated into our the role of our store team, integrated as part of the O+O model in China. So this is what we are doing in China, and definitely we are studying how to roll out similar model in other markets, maybe use different platform, because not every market has WeChat platform. But it's something we have tested. It's very interesting concept to have our BAs being like a community manager. So she manages a community of customers and really try to tailor-make and serve them the best possible.
Okay. Many of your digital innovations work very well in Asia to drive sales conversions, and especially in China. But can you see such initiatives taking off in other markets, especially in Europe, for example?
I know I have to come to Europe. I can't just be talking about Asia. In fact, half of our business are in Europe. Especially in Europe, we have luxury beauty business and mass beauty business. So a lot of the innovations actually is not just in Asia. We have a team sitting in Milan, also developing a lot of initiative innovations for Europe, and also between Asia and Europe, we exchange. So some of the things like the AR virtual makeup or skin analysis is also available in Europe. There's one innovation which is started in Europe, which I want to introduce. We call a Go in Store. Basically, it's about a beauty advisor in the store. She can give a live consultation on video to customers who are browsing online. This was very, very welcomed by our customer, especially last year with COVID lockdowns. People cannot come out on the street. They still want to browse the new perfumes or the makeup or the skincare on the website, on the website of our different business. And they can just easily click a button and talk to colleagues in the store. So here you can see a customer logging on our website, and she then click on a button, and she will then be connected to one of our colleagues in the store. I think this is Switzerland. So she will then be able to ask, for example, I saw this, I see this cream online, is it good? Then our colleague can then really bring her to shelf, really bring her back to a store environment, even show her the textures of the products, try it out between two products, etc. And leave that to the customers then to decide. So this technology we are now rolling out in Asia. Maybe the first one I think is in the Philippines, because the response has been great. We receive a lot of customers saying that they really appreciate this kind of service. The customer can choose to show their face or not show their face, so they have the privacy, but they will always see on video our colleagues in real. So it's the real human. So this is called Go in Store, and we are going to try to roll out in Asia as well.
Okay. Malina, what trends do you think we were going to see in retail next year?
Technology. I think it's why you're having this event as well. I firmly believe technology is the enabler, well, either for retailers and also for beauty brands. The O+O integrated experience is a key differentiator, meaning that if you just focus on physical store or you just focus on online, there's a lot around, but I think that's O+O integrated experience is key differentiation. Smart use of customer insights and big data to create that personalization in offers, and also to elevate CRM. A lot of beauty brands, including ourselves, retailer, we have CRM program, but is this the whole customer relationship management is more than loyalty card these days. It needs a lot more human interactions in it, O+O. Interactions on website, mobile apps, social media, and even that last mile delivery. How can we humanize it? Humanize the tone of voice. Really think of customers like friends. So we need to elevate CRM, and of course to elevate the physical store experience because customers want something better. But the basic convenience is still essential. The relevant products and services, good value, etc., is always relevant. But the experience, the customer service, and how they navigate in the stores is all very important. So I think in short, technology, O+O, data science, and we need to elevate CRM and elevate the physical store experience.
Okay. And what is AS Watson going to focus on for its O+O business for 2021?
Converting more members to shop O+O is our growth strategy, is our focus for 2021 and beyond. I mentioned earlier about O+O shoppers in AS Watson. They spend 3 times more than shoppers just buy with us in the physical stores. So it's logical that I convert more members who currently just shop in the store to shop O+O. And to be able to do that, I mentioned briefly about organization culture earlier. So we also have to introduce a new KPIs to ensure that we have that focus and laser attention on customers. We have one thing called customer love score. It's the traditional, traditionally the retailer have mystery shopper, but we have got rid of that. Got rid of that more than 24 months ago. So we ask our real customers. So we call it customer love score. It's just a little bit more emotion. And every month we are getting about half a million members. They will give us feedback of the experience when they shop in our physical store or online store. And that is helping us to continue to improve and meet the expectation. So this is a KPI that besides financial is the most talked about KPIs in AS Watson. The focus what we have to support this O+O new standard and strategy is contents. Unlike you, we are not a media company, but obviously these days 70 to 80% of customers, they will research online, on social before they even shop in our physical store or online store. So we continue to have to enhance our contents and digital assets. And of course, we need also help from the beauty brands to help us on the contents. We're very keen to identify more technology and brand partners to help us to elevate our O+O experience for our customers. And simply, we said in AS Watson, our purpose is to put a smile on customers' faces. We believe that happy customers, and then we will have happy shareholders. So that's our focus for 2021.
Okay, thank you, Malina. We have a question from the audience. Where does AS Watson need to improve, perhaps in terms of categories or in terms of territories?
In terms of categories or territories, I assume talking about maybe geography.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll start with that first. We really want to go to where there are customers who love beauty and who loves health. This is who we are. And last year, even during COVID, we managed to enter the Middle East, the UAE. So we opened 3 stores in Dubai according to plan. And this year we're going to Saudi Arabia and Qatar. We continue to look out for new territories, so we're open to ideas. In terms of categories, we are clear leader in skincare in both Asia and Europe, both in mass or luxury skincare. But we continue to need to do better in terms of providing the right solutions. Traditionally, we focusing just on brands. Brands are important, especially in beauty. But besides the brands, if we can combine that also with customer pain points and be more targeted in creating the contents to help them, I think that's what we need. We have a lot of great brands and they are great ingredients, but sometimes, you have so many products and customers really don't know how to choose. So I would love to work together with our brands to create the right content so the customers make it easier for them to find the right products.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Malina, for all of those insights. It was great to hear about what's happening at AS Watson and your vision for retail. And it was great to see you again virtually. I hope we'll be able to see each other in real life very soon.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see you in person. Thank you so much for inviting me again, and all the best for the rest of the week.
Thank you. So we'll be back this afternoon to look at digital in Brazil with Grupo Boticário, and then we'll dig into some e-commerce data in the US, Europe and China with the NPD Group. We'll see you later.